Alison, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Well, you were the team captain of Trinity Western University Spartan cross country and track team before becoming a full-time professional cyclist. So I really want to know, why did you pick cycling?
Yeah, I really just had the dream to be a professional athlete. And after going through university, I had some options. I was a triathlete at the time, but really became a runner through my time at university. But I also had the Olympic dream, and triathlon wasn't going to take me there. And I hadn't focused solely on just running or cycling. But cycling for me, I love it because it's not just physical. There's so much tactics and chess game that is involved in how you race it. And for me, that keeps me so mentally engaged, and it makes every race really exciting.
Wow, that's fascinating to me. See, I never thought about cycling being like a chess game. So can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, it's not always the strongest person who wins. It can be the smartest person. And so it's really about saving energy to use it in the most effective way in the bike race, and also using your teammates in a smart way to get ahead or make the race situation in your favor for the team for the win.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to be watching for that. I'm going to look at cycling in a whole new way now. Tell me, what is the biggest challenge then for a pro cyclist?
Yeah, as a Canadian, the hardest part is that the biggest races are in Europe and Asia mainly. And so it's a lot of time away from home, living out of the suitcase, living on the road, and yeah, being away from family or sort of those regular communities that in most jobs get to have, always being located in the same place.
Yeah. What have you learned in that challenge then? How have you overcome that, or how are you dealing with that?
Yeah, as an athlete, you have to be adaptable. And I think that and also be able to sleep anywhere at any time with any pillow. And that is one of my special gifts. But I think, yeah, just being adaptable and being able to, have the open hands and not hold so tightly on to the structure that might be what you're used to. You have to be able to just adapt in different cultures.
Yeah, wow. And adapt to whatever pillow you're put on. That's a really good point. Well, that's part of the endurance, right? That you've learned to persevere and to keep pushing through. And Talit, you said this, that it was through your time at Trinity Western University that you learned how to blend competitive sport with faith. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I think we would all agree that sport and fitness is really good for one's physical health, social health, mental health. But I think then when we move to competitive sport or pro athletes, it's a little bit harder for people maybe to understand, because it looks a lot like selfishness or self-serving. So to see the benefits that come out of competitive sport. And while I was at Trinity Western, we talk a lot about there's no one vocation that's more holy than another. And God wants good people. He wants his people in every vocation all over the world. And a beautiful thing is that God made us all unique with certain gifts and special abilities, and also, the ability to sleep anywhere at any time for these special functions. And I think we want to really explore that and let that flourish, and have that in sport cultures as well as every other vocation.
Well, that's a good reminder. Yeah, that's a good reminder to everyone, right? Like, there isn't one skill that's more important than another in God's eyes. And I think that's beautiful how you remind us. I mean, obviously, you're flourishing in the way God has made you. And what helps you keep going then in this, like not being selfish, but actually doing this to the glory of God? Is that part of why you do it?
Absolutely. If we believe God is creator God, then when we use something he's created in a beautiful way, I think that's God honoring in itself. And also to be able to take all that we've been given and do the very best with it. Like the parable of the coins, when whether you're given 10 coins, 5 coins, or 1, you want to do the very best with what you have. And I think we can see that also as athletes and in this sport too, to just do the very best with what we have right now.
That's great. And how has this sport then challenged your character and equipped you for everyday life?
Yeah, I like to say sport has given me so many tools in my tool belt. And I mean, one big thing that we learn, and I think I've really been feeling now, is that as athletes, you learn that entering into uncomfortable situations is going to benefit you long term, and not to escape from it, but actually put yourselves in those uncomfortable situations. And I think we learn perseverance. We learn that in our sport, but then we also take that into relationships outside of the sport. Okay, this is, this might be uncomfortable or not. It doesn't feel, or it feels hard, but it doesn't mean that we want to escape from that or get out of that. We want, actually, as athletes, we learn to dig in. Let's dig in, persevere, and see what comes out of that. We also learn discipline. We learn teamwork, balance, cooperation, collaboration with teammates and management staff, and stress management. I think we all could use a bit of a course in stress management, and sport is a safe place to practice that on the field. There's stress for a time, and then you get to learn some things from it, but take yourself out of the stress situation and put yourself back in. And all those skills really roll on into regular life.
That's so good. Thanks for that reminder, because I feel like I've learned some lessons by just listening to you today. So all the best to you. We're cheering you on, and I think we all need to learn some stress management and perseverance lessons today. So thanks so much, Alison.